Hey, and welcome along to another video of Ark Survival Evolved. Today we're talking about Stego bleed damage. It's something that's come up a couple of times recently, so I thought I'd make a video of it because my findings were not quite what I expected to find. Now, a lot of people thought that the bleed damage would scale with the melee stat of the Stego, but I can tell you that's definitely false. I didn't think it would scale with the melee because of that's not how most bleeders work, but there was something definitely not normal about this, so I decided to investigate, and there was some interesting mechanics, so I thought we'll go through it now. The general consensus was you could bleed a large dino, you can bleed smaller dinos all the time, but larger dinos you could only bleed when they were below about 50% of their health, but that figure is actually a bit lower still, so let's just take a look at this guy over here. He has got 29,000 out of 81,000 health, and we're able to bleed it. Now what we're going to do is just speed it up so we can see when we can no longer bleed it. See, it's 29,000 out of 81,000, which is just over 35% of its health. So it's not 50%, it's more about a third. It's strange. I don't understand the calculation they use for it, but it's about 33 to 35% of the dino's max health when we're dealing with large dinos like this or Paraciferiums. Now we'll show you the bleed damage. So let's go and get this guy here. This is a level 3 Stego. So this is not going to do a lot of damage. Okay, so this has got 175% melee damage. And let's just make it so we can bleed this guy again. Okay, so that does 409, 408. And it only does 2 ticks because it hasn't got much stamina. Now the other thing we can talk about is the stamina cost. Each tick of bleed costs 60 stamina, plus it costs 5 stamina for 1 swing of the tail. So to do a complete, just a complete bleed of the remaining 35% HP, you're going to need 11 ticks to do that. So you're going to need 660 stamina plus 5 for the initial tail swing. Now obviously if you've been running with it or swinging previously, then you'll have less than that, so I advise having a bit more. But here we go, 4 ticks of that for 300 stam. So I recommend, having at least 700 stam, but my ones at the moment have got somewhere between 1300 and 1800 because there is absolutely no need for a melee stat in these at all, which we will show now. So this guy here, let's have a look at these ones over here. We've got 2 even levels. It's 518. This one is 483. So we'll take the higher one and go and give Diplo a slap of the tail. It's worth noting that mate boost and imprint bonus doesn't do anything here either. So we're doing 2,249 damage with 518% Stego. Now we're going to level it in melee, and it is going to do more damage. So now we're doing 2,389 around about. So although we have increased the melee damage, it has increased the damage it's done. Now let's take a look at this one. This one had a lower base damage anyway. So straight away it's doing about the same as the one was doing before we leveled it. So now let's level it up, but let's level it in movement speed. So let's go up to level 400, just leveling movement speed. And let's have a look now. and now it's doing more damage, just the same as the other one, with more melee damage. So what we're showing here is actually it's to do with the level of the Stego, not the melee stat at all. The melee stat means nothing apart from if you're actually attacking with the towel rather than right click towel sweep. So let's take this all the way up to 450, which we'd find on official. And now we'll give him a swipe. We can connect. Okay, and now it's doing even more, 2,693. Now this is basically the maximum that you're going to get on official stats. So it's doing 2,700 damage per tick, and it's got nearly 81,000 HP. So that equals 3.3% of its max health per bleed tick. So that means that we'll do 33% bleed damage in 10 ticks of bleed. So 11 ticks and it's definitely dead, but probably less. So this is the maximum bleed damage we're going to get, which makes it insane bleed. To be honest, it's the best bleeder in the game, but the dino has to be low on health to begin with. But if you can bleed it down with something like a Thylaco and then jump on the Stego, then it's by far the fastest way. You're not going to do that much damage that quick with a Thylo. So let's just show another example with this one here. So this one's got a lot less health, so we're going to do a lot less bleed damage, but it's going to be the same percentage as before. So let's just knock this down to where we're allowed to bleed it. Okay, below around about 35%, and now you can see we're doing far less damage, but we're still doing the 3.3%. Now let's jump over here. We've got this one at 300 melee. Now we'll level this fully in melee, so this will have the highest melee out of all of our ones, just to prove a point again that it has got nothing to do with the melee stat. Now this one has over 1,000 melee. So we give it a swipe. 1,500 in fact. And it's only doing half the damage our level 450 was doing. So again, we've got nothing to do with the melee stat on Stegos. You can bin that off. It's not needed, it's just basically a wasted stat. And you can impale players as well. And the damage will be better with your higher level Stego, where melee damage doesn't matter. So yeah, with stamina, that's I've got Stegos that sort of level, and that would be great. But you don't have to have that much stamina. Like I say, over 700's acceptable, but over 1,000 would be even better. So this guy's now doing twice the amount of damage that our lower level was doing. So let's finish this off all the way down. Bang. Okay, so this one obviously has a higher base HP, so we'll do more damage. And just to show again that there's nothing else going on with these Diplos, we'll jump on our higher melee Stego and do another bleed. And there we go, nearly half the amount, just because it's a lower level. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you can't impale a Karcher. I wanted to double check this and also include it because I realised when I've been levelling my Stegos and I've been hatching baby Karchers, I can actually impale them to level my Stego. So I did wonder if maybe they had a different threshold, but as you can see, we took this right down to the wire and we was never managed to impale it. So you can't impale Karchers, you can't impale Gigas, but you can impale Diplos, Paraciferiums, and these are the guys that you're going to meet the most often, and so we just double check with this one that the percentage is the same. So we'll level this guy up and then do a little test. Okay, so we can currently impale it, and it's at 7.2 out of 22.4. So if we feed it a cake, so it will heal a bit faster, and then we'll monitor it again, so we can just work out when it becomes impossible to impale. Okay, so it's at this point now that we can no longer impale it. So this works out again around just over 33% of its max health. So that is your benchmark. So there we go, guys. I hope that you learned something. If you didn't, then I'm sorry. Seems like quite a lot of people didn't know this about Stegos. But if you want to type in the comments how you already knew it and it was useless making a video, then that's fine. You can do that. It only boosts the algorithm to everyone else. Thank you for watching, and if you could give us a like and subscribe, then that will really help the channel expand. So thanks, guys.